All right, in this lesson we're going to find missing sides and angles of triangles. Okay, so let's start off. They give us side A and side B, so let's draw ourselves a triangle. Okay, and recall what I said in the previous video, that capital A and capital B will represent the acute angles, capital C will represent the right angle. These could go anywhere. C has to be the right angle. So then side A will be across from angle A, so this will be 10, and side B will go across from angle B, so this will be 24. Good. And so now we want to find all the missing sides and angles. So it looks like we're still missing side C, and we're missing angles A and B. Well, you have two of the three sides of a right triangle here, so you can find the third side always using the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So in this case, this would be 10 squared plus 24 squared equals c squared. So this is 100 plus 576 equals c squared. So 676 equals c squared. So c equals the square root of 676, which is 26. So c equals 26. Now, if you would have known your Pythagorean triples here, you would have known that 5, 12, 13 actually represents this triangle. If you remember that back from geometry, if you multiply this by 2, you get 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 12 is 24, 2 times 13 is 26. Triples are very nice. They get you away from having to do all this work if you remember them. If not, work through the Pythagorean theorem, you'll get the same answer. Okay? Now, as far as finding the angle measurements here, we're going to need to use the trig. We're going to need to use the SOHCAHTOA. Okay? And at this point, I'm not going to do the karate for you. Okay? You can replay one of the other videos. So, in order to use SOHCAHTOA, we're going to need to pick an angle that we're going to find. So let's find angle A first. And then I would use the original measurements. We know the 10 and the 24 are right. They were given to us. I'm positive those are right. The 26, not so sure. So what I need to know is where are these compared to the angle I'm looking for. Well, the 10 looks like it's opposite. That's opposite. And the 24 is adjacent. So this is opposite. This is adjacent. Okay? So opposite and adjacent, opposite and adjacent, that's the tangent. So we're going to need to use tangent here. So we're going to have the tangent of our angle, angle A, equals opposite, which was 10, opposite, which was 10, over 24, which was the adjacent. Okay? Now, we need to get angle A by itself. We want to know what angle A is. Well, we need to bring the tangent function to the other side. Well, this is an operation. Tangent is an operation. Just like when we did log, log was an operation. It was a word that represented the inverse of an exponential. Well, this is an operation, so we need to bring the operation to the other side. How do we bring this to the other side? You need to do the inverse. Well, in this case, the inverse of tangent is tan to the negative 1. You're going to do tan to the negative 1 of 10 over 24. Now, on your calculator, let me clear this out. Remember how square root and x squared on the same key? Remember log and 10 to the x, log and 10 to the x, same key. Natural log, e to the x, same key. These were all inverse operations. Well, on the tangent key, tan to negative 1 is on the same key. Those are inverse operations. So, in order to evaluate this, all we're going to do is plug in tan to the negative 1 of 10 over 24. So, we hit second tangent. So, second and tangent, we get tan to the negative 1. And we'll just follow it right over here. Of 10 divided by 24, and we get that angle A is approximately equal to 22.6 degrees. Okay. So angle A, we now know, is approximately 22.6 degrees. Now if we want to find angle B, we know that angle A plus angle B plus angle C has to equal 180. 180 degrees in a triangle, which means these two here have to equal 90 degrees, since angle C is 90. Now, that means we can find angle B. Angle B would be approximately 90 minus 22.6. So that makes angle B approximately equal to 73.4 degrees. Okay. Now, if you're not very confident about your 22.6 degrees, then we could actually do another trig ratio to find angle B. Well, where's 24 compared to B? That's opposite. Where's 10? It's adjacent. So tangent again. So tangent of angle B equals, well, it's the same ratio, it's just flipped. This is 24 over 10. So that means angle B would have to equal the inverse tangent of 24 tenths. Well, let's plug that in the calculator. Let's see what we get. Inverse tangent of 24 divided by 10. What do we get? You get the 67.4. Haha. Look, I subtracted wrong. Isn't that a good thing? We verified that. You would think I would have done that on purpose. So this is approximately 67.4 degrees. Okay? If you subtract 22.6 from 90, that's 63.4, not 73.4. Okay? 67.4. Sorry, I messed up yet again. There we go. So two ways to get the angles. Find the one angle. We found angle A. And then once we had angle A, you subtract from 90. Try to use the calculator maybe so you don't make a mistake like I did. Or you could just redo a trig function again and you would get the other angle.